Okay, guys, let's get back to it. This is part two of assignment one. What I wanted to do was just quickly go over a couple of things. I'm not going to go through this step by step, okay, because that's something that you can just do by playing around and following the directions. Everything that you see in black is an actual command. Everything you see in black is an actual thing that you enter in. Okay, so the 4, the 3, the 2, offset command, which is O for offset. Okay, you'll be able to do all these different things all the way through, and you should be able to get these lines now from your offsets. So basically all they're asking you to do is you need to offset, if you'll notice the dimensions here, you need to offset that line we drew in here, this one. You need line 3, needs to offset down 3, and then offset down again 2. Okay, so what is the command for offset? O for offset. The distance is asking you for, which was the first one was 3. Enter, right click. Touch the line you want to offset, and you'll notice that based on what direction you move, that's the direction I want. Then I hit right click again, and the same command comes up. It asks me for a new distance. Of course, I want it to be 2 now. So I enter it, and I come over here, and I touch that one, and I come down 2. And there you go. So there's that one. Now this one needs to come over this direction. How much? 2, right there. Line 4, which is one we drew earlier, that needs to come over 2. So offset. 2 is already in there, so right click to accept it. I touch it, I go over, and boom, I have what I need. Now, now that I've done that, what's the next thing? It's telling me I need to delete those original lines that I had drawn. Those are there for reference to create all these other lines. So, E for erase, right click, I touch that line, and right click, and they're gone. And now, my drawing looks like that drawing right there. Okay, so we're moving on. And you'll notice now we're into drawing some circles. Circles has quite a few commands with it. The command for circle is C, and that brings up the command. And under C, you'll have a bunch of commands here. You have some options that you can actually do. You have a 3P, which is a 3-point circle, 2P, which is a 2-point circle, and TTR, which is tangent, tangent, and radius. If you know the radius, and you know you got to put it in between 2 lines, or touching 2 lines, it's going to be a tangent, tangent, and a radius. And that happens to be just showing you right there in parentheses what that is. Okay? So, what they're asking you to do is construct that circle at 7, 8. Well, you remember 7, 8 up here, what it was? 7, 8 was actually the center of these intersections, these lines right here. That's 7, 8. You see it? So guess what? I know that's where it is, so I don't need to know. I don't need to type it in here. I can just click it on the screen. So I'm going to do C, enter, which is circle. I'm going to come over here and find the center of this. But guess what? That's not the center command. What is that? That's midpoint. See, if I leave it there for a second, it tells me it's a midpoint. I don't want a midpoint because I really don't know if that's really the midpoint of these 2 lines. What I want to know is it's the intersection of the 2 lines. So I want to show you one other thing. Down here at the bottom, you have another command that's an F command. It's called F3, which is O snap or object snap. You can see it here. I'm going to right click on that box. I'm going to go to settings. And in here, these are all your object snaps. It's really good for you to memorize these because you need to know this box definitely needs to be known for an exam or for a quiz. One of the two. It will be on an exam. So make sure you learn these. Okay, the ones that I have selected are really the ones you need to know, but sometimes these other ones will show up once in a while, but these are your main ones that you really need to know. Okay, so endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection, perpendicular, and tangent. Those are the ones you really need to have active. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Say, okay, it's done. So I know the intersection is there, but sometimes if there's other things that are around, so I'm going to do circle again. Notice it'll see the endpoint. It sees the endpoint. It sees the midpoint. It sees a perpendicular symbol. It sees another perpendicular. It sees the endpoints. Okay, but I want it to force the intersection. So how can I do that really easily? All I have to do is know those first 3 letters of all of those OSNAP commands. Tangent, T-A-N. Intersection, I-N-T. Perpendicular, P-E-R. Center, C-E-N. Endpoint, E-N-D. Okay, so what do I want? I want the intersection, so I'm going to do I-N-T. right click. And now what it's going to do is it's only going to look for an intersection. Right now it hasn't found anything. Little dots means it's looking around, it's finding something. It's not really an intersection. What do I want? Oh, there's the intersection right there. You see it found it. And I'm going to click on the screen right there for that. Oh, but look, my circle is kind of a center lines. But you know, I'm kind of done with center lines. So before I continue, what am I drawing? I'm drawing objects. So I'm going to do a circle. Pick INT, right click, right there. And there's the circle. It's an object. It's a continuous line, so there's no dots and dashes in it. And now it's asking me for, what is it asking me for? Radius of the circle. So what is the radius of this circle? So let's go down here. And that's circle 1. So what's the radius of circle 1? Tells you to put a line in, and what is the circle? Right over here. Circle 1 right here. What's the radius? Right there. You see it? Radius is 2. So I'm going to come back over here. What am I going to do? 2. There's my radius. All right, and what else are you going to have? You're going to have a couple of circles, but again, they're looking for intersection. Oh, and it looks like I forgot to offset this line over. So let's do that really quick. Offset, and I believe it's 4 over to the right. What line? It's this line right here. Click it. I need to go 4 over so I can have my other line there. Circle, center, or actually intersection, right there. And what's the size of this circle? Circle 2. So circle 1 was right here. What's circle 2? It's a 1 radius. So we're going to go 1. There it is right there. Okay. And you'll notice that there's another one down here too, which is the same radius as that. So circle, intersection. If I can type right, intersection. Where? Right there. And what is it? 1 radius. Those are the same right there. So I'm following my drawing. There it is. Those are the 2. Okay, so I have it. So now what do I need to do? Keep on going. It tells me to do what? Now it tells me to do some tangent lines. I need to draw some lines that are tangent to these 2 circles. The large one and the small one. I believe a lot of you guys tried that in class and had a little bit of trouble, so we're going to do that really quick. I'm going to draw a line, enter. Remember my O snap, which is my object snap. I want to snap to this somehow. Do I want this snap? What is that? That's a quadrant. I don't want quadrant. I want it to be tangent of this circle to tangent of this circle. So how can I do that? Tangent, T-A-N, right click. Of what? Of this circle right here. I just click right there. And to what? Tangent of this, right? Oh, but it's trying to pick this quadrant. I don't want that. So T-A-N, right click. And just pick this circle right there. And right click accepts it. And guess what? I have tangent to tangent. It's not on this intersection right here, which a lot of people automatically grabbed by accident. It is a tangent to a tangent. And we're done with that. Now, it asks you in the instructions to mirror this line around the center of this circle to the other side. So what's the command for mirror? M-I, right click, touch the line I want to mirror, accept it with the right click, and that asks me to specify the first point of mirror line. Well, that means the first point of mirror line means the center, so I can mirror around, right? So what am I going to do? Well, that's not a midpoint. I want to find the center, C-E-N, of what? Oh, of that circle. Oh, I put my mouse over here on the circle and it automatically sees the center. It finds it for you. And that's what I want. Oh, but look, it's kind of going nuts. It's following my mouse around. That's not what I want. How do I fix my mouse to be only in straight lines? F8 function, F8. I hit it, turn it on, and there we go. We're in straight lines. I'm in vertical or I'm horizontal. But guess what? It only gives me 2 choices to mirror. Mirror around the horizontal line or mirror around the vertical line. So what do I want? I want to go around the horizontal line. So I'm just going to put my mouse out here. It doesn't matter because all it's doing is a reference for a mirror plane. So I'm going to click it out here. And then it asks me a question. Erase source objects, which is the original object. No, I still want that. So no. And it's got an N in there, so I'm going to hit enter. And boom. You've got your 2 lines, and they should be both tangent of each other on both sides correctly. And there it is. So now, I'm ready to do something else. What's the next instructions here? Got the 2 lines done. And what is it telling me to do now? I need to draw a line from this circle up to that line. So how are we going to do that? Draw a line. Now, do I want to go from this intersection? I could, but right now I can't pick it. But I could just go tangent to this to perpendicular to this line, right? So TAN of this circle right here. And notice it stays tangent. It's waiting for me to tell it where else to go. And where do I want to go? Do I got endpoint? No. Do I want to go to midpoint? No, I want a PER, perpendicular. And guess what? No matter where I pick this line, it knows it's perpendicular. So I can pick it down here, and guess what? Boom. It goes to perpendicular. Right click accepts it. So you notice it automatically draws a line to perpendicular. Okay? So I did what it